All right, welcome back to the other side of the coin, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get in on the latest in Chelsea news. Fulham hope to secure late deal for 50 million rated Chelsea striker Armando Broja. Look, 50 million rated. Don't get this misconstrued over here. I don't think Fulham is looking to pay 50 million to Chelsea Football Club. At the end of the day, we rate him at 50 million. And look, it sounds ridiculous. Broja is not a 50 million striker, but I think the way Chelsea's thinking about this whole situation is if Chelsea were going for, strikers from other clubs, let's just say from Brighton, Evan Ferguson, right? Evan Ferguson is apparently quoted to be somewhere around 120, 30, some events 150 million. And that would definitely be a price for Chelsea Football Club. And if Evan Ferguson, who has done nothing. Let's be honest. The kid has done nothing. He's got talent, no doubt about that, much like Armando Broja. They've both got talent. Both injury prone as well. Obviously, Armando Broja has got a far more serious injury as opposed to Evan Ferguson. But if Evan Ferguson can be worth 150 million, let's just say, okay, do you know what? For argument's sake, 100 million. Why not Armando Broja at 50 million? Do you know what I mean? Like when you think about coming to a compromise, a middle ground, 50 million for Armando Broja based on the market valuation seems right. But look, at the end of the day, we're not going to get 50 million for Armando Broja, that's for sure. But Fulham are interested. Apparently, Wolves are interested. Wolves only want a loan. They don't want an obligation to buy after that. Both of these teams, they need a striker, long-term striker, and that's probably why they're interested in Armando Broja. And I believe Aston Villa and West Ham as well, both of them are also interested in a striker. So look, we've been saying it all throughout that Armando Broja's future at Chelsea Football Club is bleak, and we're looking for pure profit. This guy will bring us pure profit, and there is a plethora of clubs willing to take his services. So let's see what happens, how much we get. I think the sweet spot will be somewhere around 35 million. I think 35 million for Armando Broja. If we can get a deal done for that price, I think that will go through. So watch this space, ladies and gentlemen, in regards to Armando Broja. Now, Nicolas Jackson's plan is to fly to Manchester from Ivory Coast, then make the short trip to Liverpool ahead of tomorrow. He's expected to make the bench. This is coming from Nathan Gissing. As you guys all know, Senegal, very surprisingly, out of AFCON. I mean, they started the match on fire against Ivory Coast. But kudos to Ivory Coast. They sacked their manager mid-tournament within the group stage. And now they found themselves in the quarterfinals. And all throughout the game, after conceding in the first few minutes, they were actually a very, very good team from there on in. And they rightly deserved to equalize later on. And then Ivory Coast ended up winning in penalties, which means Nicolas Jackson will be back. Few people were saying, look, this game against Liverpool is just a bit too early, but looks like he will still be able to make it to the bench, which I think might be a good situation for Chelsea to have a little bit of firepower to call upon off the bench. Look, there are a lot of fans in the fan base that are getting a little bit too ahead of themselves in regards to Nicolas Jackson, saying, he's been away for a few games. Now you miss him. Look, let's all be honest. Nicolas Jackson has missed a lot of opportunities up front as well for us playing in that striker position. I'm more interested to see Nicolas Jackson play just behind a striker, but that may not be possible. Obviously, Armando Broja on the verge of leaving. Nkunku, we'll talk about that. He should be in the squad as well against Liverpool. Can't see him start though. So down the track, we may have a possibility where Nkunku plays up top and Nicolas Jackson just behind. It's funny how all this time we were thinking Nicolas Jackson up top and Nkunku just behind, but we'll see. Look, I'm more interested to see Jackson play just behind the striker. But if we don't get any short-term solution, maybe Nicolas Jackson will have to continue playing as a striker for us. Tottenham are considering a move for Conor Gallagher this week. This is coming from Jacob Steinberg. Lots of debate happening around this particular player on a regular basis, right? But we're not going to go into the whole depth of, does his skill set match Chelsea? Is he Chelsea standard? This, that. We're not going to talk about that. I think we've talked about that enough. What I do want to talk about, I want to get your thoughts on this. And I'm a little bit, I suppose, 50-50 on this particular discussion. Why is Tottenham trying so, hard to get this particular player? They're trying their level best. My understanding, and this is just one way of thinking, and there may be multiple ways of looking at this particular situation. If I'm a football club, right, and I want a particular player, I'd be looking to speak to the player's agent first to see if a move can be done or not, to see if the player is interested. And if I get the green light from the player, then only I'll start, proceeding towards the parent club to try and negotiate something. So I was under the understanding here that perhaps Conor Gallagher's camp has given a green light to Spurs to say, yeah, my client is keen, so come in, negotiate with Chelsea Football Club, because the narrative all along has been, and I'm going to show you the news as well, that Conor Gallagher doesn't want to move. So if he doesn't want to move, and it's so public out there, why are Spurs so adamant on trying to go for Conor Gallagher? You know very well he doesn't want to leave. He's not entertaining that. So it seems to me very an ineffective way of conducting business. But let me know. A few people have been saying that this is one way of doing business as well. For example, Ian Martin. Burnley came for Ian Martin last summer, and the player said no. But Burnley, they probably would have known that the player would have said no, and they still tried for it. So there's been cases like that before. But for me, it feels like ineffective. Why would you want to conduct, you're wasting your time if the player is not interested? And that seems to be the notion with Gallagher at the moment, even though it's well documented that Chelsea Football Club are keen to get rid of Conor Gallagher also for pure profit. But this is the latest. Conor Gallagher is reluctant to leave Chelsea this month. He sees no reason to leave this month despite having 18 months left on his contract. Little progress has been made on his new contract. So look, Chelsea ain't giving him a new contract. He's looking at maybe in excess of 100,000. Apparently, he's on 50,000, 50K per week. 100,000, double his money. He's been the captain of Chelsea Football Club. Kind of makes sense. But the rumors floating around is perhaps he's looking at somewhere around 150K per week. And that's something Chelsea Football Club simply won't give. And I think it doesn't make sense either when we've said it many times that Conor Gallagher's skill set is 100% replaceable. You can get plenty of Conor Gallaghers out there who will probably perform better as well. So, I wouldn't say better, more suited for Chelsea Football Club and how we want to play. But look, if I'm in Gallagher's position as well, his contract ends in 18 months' time, I'm sticking around too. What's the rush? The manager plays me on a regular basis. I am the captain of the football club when the regular captains aren't around. There's no reason for me to move. If this continues, he'll make it to the Euros. The only issue is if the hierarchy, Chelsea hierarchy, actually tap up on Pochettino and say, you got to stop using him. We don't want to utilize him. We want to force him out of the football club. That's when Conor Gallagher needs to make a decision whether he wants to stick around at Chelsea Football Club or not, because the Euros is just around the corner and he'd want to play as regularly as possible. Right now, he is playing very, very regularly. So there's no reason for him to leave. And then by the time the contract is finished, he can get himself a free transfer and, really pile up on the wages and the signing on fee. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, Mauricio Pochettino says Levi Colwill is out. He suffered a minor injury on his tendon. It's not a big issue, but he's out for tomorrow. So Levi Colwill is not going to be featuring against Liverpool. Look, I'm glad, because he would have started as a left back and I think he would have got smoked by whoever's on that right side. I know it's not Salah, but whoever it is on that right side for Liverpool, they're going to smoke him. So the only position I want to see Levi Colwill play is as a CB. So this is somewhat of a blessing in disguise. I think Chilwell is now forced to start, and I think Chilwell should be able to, because last game he only came off the bench. So there should have been enough rest for Chilwell to really go gun-ho on this particular match. Last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, Nkunku and Gusto will travel with the squad to Liverpool, says Pochettino. So this is very good news. I think the bench is going to look very solid for tomorrow's game against Liverpool. It'll be interesting what the starting lineup looks like, but I think the bench will have some firepower in the likes of Nkunku, in the likes of Malo Gusto, Nicolas Jackson as well. I think it's gonna look very, very good. So hopefully we can get a positive result against Liverpool. A draw would be a positive result as well for me. So good to see Nkunku back. I think he could be a difference maker off the bench, man. And this is what we wanted. Hopefully he can just stay fit, along with Malo Gusto. Just stay fit till the end of the season. I think we'll be able to rectify this particular season to a certain degree. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you thought about everything we spoke about, especially in regards to Armando Broja and Conor Gallagher. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Hope you guys have enjoyed this. Smash the like button. If you're here for the first time, subscribe. I shall see you guys for a live stream tomorrow to bring you the preview of Liverpool versus Chelsea. It's going to be another blockbuster match. Until next time, everyone, take care. See ya.